Coach, a couple things not directly related to the team. Your selection to the Coaches Hall of Fame, and also your work on getting the pro-style baseball as you moved into the college game. How do you think your reaction to both of those?
Let's talk about baseball first, I guess. It's more important. I'd like to get, I'm trying to lead a push to try to get the minor league baseball. Major League Baseball is the tightest wound and the hardest core, and has low seams, and it's such a hard baseball they don't even put the specs out on it. So they don't release them. The next one down is the minor league ball, and the minor league ball is a little harder core than our ball that we're using here at Clemson, in the NCAA, but less than the Major League ball. It's something that could be financially feasible for college baseball. Talk to people at Rollins about it. I think it'd be good for our game. Instead of spending all the money people bringing their fences in, which they're doing throughout the country, they're not going to change the bats, but I think the ball could be an advantage. The seams are lower. We play with a raised seam right now, and our core is the third. It's like using the third-tier ball in college football, I guess, or in basketball and NBA would be using a different ball, a more lively ball, or a ball that goes through the hoop better. I don't know. So I mean, to me, it doesn't make any sense. I think we can use a better baseball. Rollins can still make it, or companies can make it, and I think it would do us good. It's not going to be like the ball's going to be flying out of here, but there's a little less resistance, like hitting a golf ball without seams. A golf ball with seams is not going to go anywhere. And so if the wind's blowing in a little bit, and those seams kind of grab the air a little bit, and it's almost like a parachute effect. And I think the home run is part of the game. Home run is part of the game in the major leagues. It's a big deal to hit a ball at center field, opposite field. I'm not sure I can count on one hand any home runs I shot at center field or any ballpark we played at, or to the opposite field, and all last year. And so I think it's something we need to move to, and it's something I've been pushing. And we have such a diverse group within the NCAA with northern schools and southern schools, and so it's tough to get everybody to agree on something. But I hope we can continue to keep pushing that. The other question about the Hall of Fame thing is, it's a tremendous honor. It's something I'm very proud of, and it's a compliment to all the coaches that I've had in the past that worked with me, and all the players that I had at the university, and coaches at the University of Vermont, Western Carolina University, and here at Clemson. So it's a culmination of all three schools, all three experiences, all three of the schools' players and coaches that I came across. I've met so many great people in this game, and been so fortunate. I'm sure I've taken a whole lot more from this game than I've given it, but I like to think I had some kind of contribution to all the players that I've come into contact with and the coaches that I have. And so I'm excited about it, and it's something I'm very proud of, and wouldn't tell you otherwise, but I think it's a great thing, a great honor for me, and a great honor for Clemson, and like I say, for all my friends that I've come into contact with.
I wonder why there's any reticence at all to going to a level ball and maybe infusing a little more spark into the offenses.
I don't know why we went backwards to begin with. I have trouble understanding that, and a lot of the coaches that I talked to or I reached out to feel the same way. And when everybody in every sport is going, to the offensive side of things, there's no huddle anymore. The hash marks are in the middle. I mean, everything's predicated around let's try to score more points and let's have more excitement. Basketball, you have a shot clock for a reason. You have the three-point line for a reason. You allow the dunk for a reason. I mean, there's a reason that you want to try to bring people in the stands and have some excitement. And I know this is a traditional game, and I like to bunt and I like to run and bases, and most of the pitching and defense is great. But at the same time, I think there's an excitement factor that we could go back to a little bit more. And so it's just about the exit velocity and doing all these studies and making sure everybody's safe and all that kind of thing. But the exit velocity I've seen off the Major League bat with that Major League ball, with those bats that they use, for them to hit the ball as far as they do in center field, right field, they're not worried about exit velocity. It's going a lot further, and you got to have some exit velocity for it to go that far. So
you've lost something from the game, haven't you?
I just think, I would never want to diminish what this college baseball is all about because it's an awesome game. But I will say that there's less anticipation of a home run and excitement in a crucial situation. And So it becomes a little different way of coaching, a little different way of watching. You go to Omaha. Had 9 home runs in Omaha last year during the 16 games they played. That's unusual. And you got a big field. You got the wind blowing in. You got the bats that are not as lively as they were. You got the third-tier baseball. Somebody needs to analyze that whole thing and try to figure out what we can do. You have a home run hitting contest out there. Nobody can hit a home run.